all about the girls, you know.
That's so often the story, isn't it?
Oh, you know that. And then I was down there for about 4 weeks and I ain't figured it out yet, you know. But suddenly on this night, they had a group on called Shane Fenton and the Fentones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they was all good-looking guys and all this, so they really had the girls on their side. They could do no wrong, you know what I mean? And the man says, ladies and gentlemen, this is showtime. Give a nice warm welcome to Shane Fenton and the Fentones. Some of the ladies got so excited they ripped off their knickers and threw them on the stage. A little voice spoke to me. I swear to God, a little voice spoke to me and said, I think this is a job for you, Geno. So then I had to find out, is there any money in it?
Right, okay.
You know what I mean? How can you get some of this action? You know what I mean? They was very professional, but they wasn't bringing the house down. They just went on their looks and
doing their thing, yeah.
Doing their thing. Mm-hmm. So I went to Shane Fenton at the time. I went to him and I said, do you get paid for this? He looked at me like I was an idiot. You know what I mean? But after about 15 seconds, he recognized that I'm an American and I don't know, you know. So he says, yeah, I get paid for this, man. I travel all over England, Scotland, Wales, and everything, you know. I said, well, how can I get some of this action myself?
Yeah.
He said, you sing? I said, sing? Oh, man, I do everything. My sister's in Martha and the Vandellas, and my auntie is Dinah Washington. He says, whoa, you know. He says, all right then.
Okay, you got okay.
You know, of course I'm lying. You know what I mean? So he said, you go down to this club called the Flamingo Club, and they got a group down there called Georgia Fame and Zoot Money, Chris Farlow, and all these cats, you know. And they'll let you sing. Oh, really? So I went down to the Flamingo Club, you know what I mean? And I told the same story to Georgia Fame. My sister's in Martha and the Vandellas, and my aunt is Dinah Washington. He said, okay, cool. What key you sang in? I didn't know nothing about no keys. I said, any key.
So the connection came through before Alvin Stardust was even Alvin Stardust, when he was still known as Shane Fenton.
Yeah, man.
Amazing.
Yeah. And I started singing with local groups, sitting in with them down in Ipswich.
Yeah.
And Colchester.
Was that where you were stationed, around that way?
Yeah. So I couldn't go very far until the weekends. You see what I mean?
Okay.
So stayed around Woodbridge, Colchester, Ipswich, Bury St. Edmunds.
All of the real hotspots in the swinging 60s.
Yeah. He said, but he's big in Bury St. Edmunds.
But I know that you came up to town sometimes, because I read that you met your wife Frenchie at the Bag of Nails just down the road in Soho.
Yeah, I did.
What was that like? Because I've heard some amazing stories about the place. Tom Jones was in. He told me some great stories about the Bag of Nails.
Yeah, man, I tell you, it was just a fantastic club. It was a fantastic club. Everybody was down there. Actors, movie stars, singers, dancers. Oh, man, it was just an in club. There was... an in club for entertainers, you know what I mean? It was mostly down there entertaining. And
how did you get on the list? Like, was there a strict door policy? Did you have to have the right clothes, all that kind of thing?
Nah. Just that lean green. Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's no problem for me because my manager, the Geno brothers, they owned it. They owned it. You see what I mean?
So it was a regular hangout.
So he says, you got to be seen down there. You know what I mean? We'll give you a bill.
Oh, Geno, that makes sense. I mean, so listen, we were watching some footage of you live with the Ram Jam Band back in the day yesterday, so us and the team here. And I mean, apart from the amazing music, the other thing about it that struck us was the relentless pace that you used to play. I mean, the live shows were intense, full on. And you would do apparently like 13 shows a week sometimes?
Yeah, man. Just on the 7 days, we do 13 shows.
How do you even fit that into 7 days? It doesn't go.
I would try, the all-nighters, you know what I mean?
Right, okay.
Yeah, you would hit Berlin Furnace, Newcastle, and then Spinningmore, and then Durham University. You know what I mean?
You're talking to, this is my part of the world. I know that geography. You're all over the A19.
Yeah. Oh, man, in the 60s, they had some of the best clubs up there, in Stockton-on-Tees, Newcastle,
right.
around there, man. Hey.
Yeah, well, South Shields and Newcastle, of course.
Hey.
Hendrix was living there. And my dad was in bands and playing around that area.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
So, in the Cellar and South Shields and,
Exactly.
Some amazing venues up there.
It was happening, man. It was happening. And a lot of great musicians came out of there.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And because I used to come up and sang with the Animals.
Yeah, Charles
You see what I
Chandler,
mean?
yeah.
I met them before they made it. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And we became friends before they made it and all that. They just come down and everything. And very nice guys. Eric Bird and Alan Price and all of them. And
managed by Charles Chandler, I think, the Animals at the time, who was also managing Hendrix.
No.
Am I wrong?
He was managing Hendrix, yeah.
They were kind of part of the same scene.
Yeah, see, because the Animals helped me. They could have said, no, get away from here. But they helped me. I jump up and sing with them, and it's a lot of fun, you know what I mean? And I used to sing with Rod Stewart and Long John Baldry and the Hoochie Coochie Men.
Yeah.
But so with all of that, we became friends. When Chess began to manage Jimi Hendrix, he came and introduced me to him and said, hey, do me a favor, man. Do me a favor. Get Hendrix supporting you. You know what I mean? And that was great. We did about 10 shows together.
Fantastic.
Where he supported me. You know what I mean?
And what was he like? What do you remember about him?
He was cool, a gentleman. You know what I mean? Very down to earth, a very pleasant guy, a very quiet guy. You know what I mean? And we're both Americans, so we could joke with each other. You know what I mean? And it was cool.
Yeah. You've shared stages with some incredible artists. I mean, James Brown, Bo Diddley, the Stones.
Yeah.
It's difficult to ask who stands out for you, but, who are you proudest to have performed alongside?
I guess that'd be the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
We done the Paris Olympia together. And everybody had a number one in France. And so a French group, they had about 6 number ones, was supposed to go on before the Rolling Stones. They went, no way. I ain't
The
going.
Stones wouldn't have it.
No, the Stones is cool, but they don't want to go on before the Rolling Stones. I mean, they wasn't shaking anyway. You know what I mean? So they said, who we gonna get? We gotta find somebody. Not many people wanted to go on before the Rolling Stones.
Oh, right, because it was just too tough
Exactly,
to
they're too powerful, man. You know, the audience is waiting, and they could be impatient. So they said, I know what. We get Geno Washington and the Ram Jam Band to do it. They'll do it.
And how did it go? Presumably pretty well?
It went fantastic. They all came out to watch us. All the Stones came out to watch us. And on that night, Johnny Holiday came out to watch us. In actual fact, he stole my brass section. He gave them jobs.
Well, that's a very the highest compliment, right?
Yeah.
Geno Washington, let's sample a bit of your live sound from that period. Then stay with us. We'll talk more in just a minute. But for now, this is Geno Washington and the Ram Jam Band. Don't fight it.